Hello everyone, it's Mark Berger again coming to you from the 13th floor with another episode of Things to Do Inside when there's a pandemic outside. And today's topic is the traditional Japanese Tato, which means gift pouch. The Japanese have a habit in their culture of not giving a gift unless it's wrapped. So there are certain traditional tatos or gift pouches that have come about through the years. The ones I'm going to show you today are this one, the rectangular, this one, which is the square, and this one, which is the octagonal. Now we're going to start out with the rectangular one, and if you fold it with 7-inch paper, like the larger sheets I sent to you in the mailing, your gift pouch will hold, you see, a gift card or any wallet-sized card for you. So here we go. Now, the color that you want to have in the background, let's say, like on this one, the orange is the color in the background. You want that, the side facing up. So in this model that I'm going to make using the rose-colored paper, I want the rose color to be the background color and the border, the bands, if you will, to be white. So here we go. With the rose, with the background color on top, we're going to fold it in half diagonally, first one way and then the other. Now we're going to take two opposite corners and we're going to fold each of them into the middle. Marita, can you see the creases okay?
Yes.
Great. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to flip it over and we're going to take this new edge, we're going to let this piece kick back, and we're going to fold this folded edge to this diagonal crease. And we're going to do that again to the second half. We want to make sure these are rather tight together. Otherwise, if you have a space, that kind of gives away what your gift is. All right. So now we're going to take we're going to handle each flap one at a time. So we're going to take this triangular flap, we're going to fold it over, and now we're going to take this point and we're going to fold it all the way to the edge in line with that crease. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then secondly, we're going to take this existing crease in the center and we're going to fold 2 layers together like that. Let's do it on the other side. So we're going to take the flap and fold it up. We're going to take this point and fold it down to the edge where it meets the crease, and then we're going to take 2 layers of paper and fold it close up to the center. Okay. Now we turn the model over and we're going to find these corners, and we're going to fold right at the corner like so. Okay. And then we're going to do the other side. We're going to locate these corners. We're going to fold it back. All right. So then we have one flap and then we have the other flap. Well, now, before we close it up, we're going to take our card and we're going to open up the front, put our card in, and tuck one half into the other. And there's a perfectly sized gift card or pocket wallet card that fits in a 7-inch sheet of square paper. And now we're on to the second model, which is the square gift pouch. And you notice there is a color change along these edges. And we're going to do that first before we fold the regular square. Now here I'm going to use a sheet of paper colored on one side, white on the other, and I'm going to make the bands white and the background the color. So I'm going to take one edge and I'm going to fold it down to about the width that I want that band to be. And the next step is to replicate that on the 3 other sides. I have found that the easiest way to do that is to make yourself a little template. And how do you make that template? You take an extra sheet of paper that's exactly the same size as what the model sheet, and you're going to line up the paper against that raw edge, flip it over, make sure everything's lined up, and then fold this right at the edge of the paper. So I marked it, and we're going to fold. Okay, so now we're going to, this is going to be the underside, and do you see how that fits? Like that. So we're going to unfold that one side, we're going to rotate the model, and we'll fold the second side, and since it's in the template, it will be the same width as the first edge. Unfold that, and rotate that again. I already did that, gee. That was the third side, and now there's the fourth. All right, so we don't need the template anymore, and we're going to take and refold those edges. Now we need to find the center of the square, and we'll do that just by making a little pinch here and a little pinch here. And now we can start making 4 identical folds. We're going to take this edge and we're going to bring this edge to this center X. And we're also going to make sure that this comes to a sharp point. Don't worry about this little piece. We'll fold that in a little later. So that's one. And then we're going to do the same thing on the second edge. We're going to open that up, rotate, do the third edge, and then we're going to do the fourth edge. Okay. Now, you'll find that when we fold this model, this is fine as a valley fold from here to here, but this little part here, 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 that needs to be reversed in order for you to get a nice, nicely folded pouch. So we're going to take that crease and we're going to reverse that. And here's where you can tuck those little corner pieces in. So that's one, that's two, that's three, and that's four. You don't have to worry about this little flap sticking out a bit because that's going to be tucked in. Okay, so now we flip it back over to the all white side, and then we go one, we go two, we go three, and then we take the last, the fourth, and we fold that in, but we also reverse this crease and let that go inside. And that is your square pouch. What I do, I take a photograph of someone, cut it out square, and place it inside. Now we're going to work on the third and last model, which is the octagonal Tato. And that's rather fun to do. In order to make it, we're going to fold what we call at Ito's a proto frog base. And now I'll show you how to do the frog base, and then we'll go ahead. The proto frog base, and then we'll make that into the pouch. All right, so take your sheet of paper, and I'm using a large sheet of paper here so that you can see all the little folds, and we're going to make a preliminary base. Then we're going to take each of the four flaps of the preliminary base, one at a time, and we're going to squash those. So we're going to go from having 4 flaps to having 8 flaps. Okay, that's one side. And you want to make sure that you have all your flaps nice and close together. It'll give you a neater model. And now we're going to do the third flap. And finally, the fourth. So that's the proto frog base. Now we're going to open it up. I did this one ahead of time. I made lines on the creases so that you can see this well. We're going to take the 4 corners and we're going to go from this point to this point, making a 45-degree angle. Across the corner. So that's that. Now we have an octagon. And we're going to flip this over now to the color side that's going to be in the background of the model. And you see these points here and here. Can you see those? Mm-hmm. We're going to fold this corner up to line up with this center crease. And also, at the same time, we want the edge of the crease to match the center line in the paper. Is that clear? So now we're going to go around the whole model. The most difficult part is getting these corners to stay sharp. So there's that side. So now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to make another hexagon shape, or octagon shape. We're going to take each edge and we're going to fold it carefully to the center. Can you see how this crease matches this? And this crease is here. And we only need to fold this much of the edge. You see, it goes just from one crease to the other. And we're going to do that on all sides. So that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have the little octagon reproduced inside. Now here comes the fun part. We're going to take one edge, we're going to refold it back to the center, and then from this point to this point, we're going to make a fold. This comes together. We're going to let this side fold back again, and we're going to fold this down. So we're making one new crease, and that goes from the center to this corner. Let me repeat that. So we fold this in, we take this point and we pull it over, letting this crease or side of the octagon come in, and we flatten that nice and sharp. Here we go again. We're going to take that point, we're going to take this corner, we're going to fold the side in, and we're going to carefully lay it down. So you'll notice that this corner meets this edge perfectly. Okay. So here we go again. We find this diagonal, which is the intersection of that crease. We pull it over, and you see all these creases exist, so we're not really searching in the dark for things. Okay. And make sure that you keep your creases all coming together to that center point. Okay. So now we have most of it done. And to do the last part, I find it's easier to open everything and then start further back and do the new crease. Okay, then it makes a lot easier to continue. So keep going. All those creases are already there. And then the last part, you take the last fin and bring it over from underneath.
What kind of gift do you put in that one?
I knew you were going to ask that. Oh, boy. What would you put in it?
I don't know.
I know people that have put photographs in this as well. I mean, you could put a gift card in if you want to be fancy. That's it, a gift card.
Okay.
That's what we'll say. It's a gift card. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Things to Do.